Friday Night Lights at the Silent Ice Center, and there's no place we'd rather be. It's going to be a house party from our house to your house. Hi again, curling fans. Devin Heroux welcoming you back inside this brilliant venue as we have reached the final draw of the qualification round. And look who's here. Skipper Rachel Homan getting ready to play in the final draw here tonight. Win and you're in, Rachel, against Team Yoshimura. What is it about these big games that you seem to love?
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. We get to play in front of everyone, sold out crowd tonight, and kind of in our backyard. And it's going to be a battle out there. They're a great team. They just won their Olympic qualifications in Japan, and we know that it's going to be a tough battle against that team.
What the people couldn't see ahead of us coming on camera was you and I having a pretty good time. The music's blasting on the concourse as I try to keep it together. You seem very relaxed and you seem to be really enjoying this, specifically with this event right here close to home.
Yeah, I mean, it's not every day you get to play so close to home and have so many friends and family in the stands. So just got to have fun with it and enjoy the moment. And, there's lots of pressure, but we've been in these situations before, and, we're going to stick together and battle it through to the end.
You and I did talk about the support system around you earlier this week, and of course people can see that extended interview on rockchannel.com and all our Grand Slam of Curling channels. What is it though, Rachel, about everybody around you and this team that has allowed you to be your best?
I think there's just too many things to name.
Yeah.
It's just my kids just being an inspiration, and then also just everybody just putting their lives aside to help me out in every way, and big and small, like friends helping out this week, driving the kids to and from events. We got a teacher strike here in Alberta, so I need a little bit extra help this week, and I think I'm just super grateful and thankful to have that, and just want to do my best every time I'm out here.
One of the things we haven't talked about is the drive for 19 slams. I can barely say it. It's incredible. You won your 18th in the opening slam. You could be the overall slam winner. Have you thought about that at all with Kevin Martin, who has 18, calling your games here in the place where he curled so much?
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Yeah.
It's a really cool opportunity, and you never know. It's so hard to win these events. There's just top teams in the world, and every game, everyone's gunning for you. Especially with the success that we've had, everyone's is gaining and trying to get that extra inch against us. So, it's definitely an opportunity, and we hope to capitalize this week.
You go from here right to Minnesota for the Pan-Continental Curling Championship. It's busy. You've curled in these before. How are you making sure you're keeping one eye on this, but also making sure you're able to perform at the Pan-Continental? Yeah,
I think this is really important. We have our coach. We have our 5th year this week. It's local for them as well. So using that to our advantage and making sure that we have everything nailed down with them. And then this is just kind of a lead-in for us to go and play 10 ends, play the regular format, no different rules, and getting ready for trials. So kind of using both events in different ways.
Are we going to tell the audience about our Pilates class this morning that we took together?
Sure, it was awesome. It was great. We got to go through movement, and she kicked your ass, I think.
Yeah, there's no better way to say it, Rachel. All right, we'll leave it there. Good luck tonight. A big game against Yoshimura. We'll talk to you after it.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Skipper Rachel Homan, right here on the pregame show, and then right onto the ice for the practice. Yes, we actually did do a Pilates class this morning in Beaumont, Alberta. Things I didn't think I'd ever say in my career, but here we are. Hopefully you're enjoying the pregame show. It is Pride Night here at the arena. Music blasting on the concourse. It's going to be a exciting time here this evening. Just a short time ago, we had some pivotal games on the ice, including a battle between Team Einarson and
This
Team
makes perfect sense
Hasselborg.
in my
And
world.
we'll bring in John Morris at this
Anderson have
point
the single
of
to
the
hold
pregame
on
show.
to
And
the
John,
hammer.
right here, we're taking a look
And
at
away it
Hasselborg
sails.
throwing away Heroux in the 7th, giving up the steal, down 1 with hammer. It's an age-old debate. Do you like it?
Well, she's a veteran, and she no one knows the percentages more than the Swedish folks. So I'll tell you what, it seemed to work out in the end because she was able to win on the draw of the button, and looks like a genius now when you get 3 points.
Well, but look at this shot by Carrie Einarson, a slash double to force Anna to draw. So Anna draws for a single. We go to the shootout, but how nice is that to get a practice throw, essentially? Carrie, I think, had only thrown 1 or 2 draws to this point. The sweepers, Johnny, they're going on it, trying to drag every inch out of this thing.
Yeah, I think Carrie, I don't know if she hadn't thrown a draw for a while in that spot, so
She hadn't.
kind of got caught in that. Came up a little light, and then it's always a good feeling when all you have to do is hit full 8-foot on the draw to the button, and pretty much a guarantee this day and age on the Grand Slam.
Well, and there is Anna Hasselborg. Like I said, at the end of the 8th end, she had a practice shot, and so they are just dusting it, just clean. Music to the ears of curlers, especially a Skip. And they just guide this baby right to the pin. Good enough for the win. Hasselborg goes undefeated. That loser point for Einarson, good enough to get the team into the playoffs. So that was a crucial point as we look at the teams here inside the arena. But Johnny, I did have a chance to talk to Carrie Einarson and Anna Hasselborg after the game. Let's listen into what they had to say. Carrie, a crucial point for your team. It looked a little iffy there at the end, but you made an incredible double. Take us through that shot.
Yeah, my team had faith that I was going to make that, and that was kind of what my gut went to, was playing the double. I've only thrown 1 draw and like 2 guards that game. So, yeah, I knew it was going to be close, and yeah, we really wanted to get it to a draw.
It's a point that likely gets you into the playoffs. I actually think you're confirmed for the playoffs. Tell me about how important it is to now be in these pressure situations at the Slam to start getting you ready for big stakes games.
Yeah, definitely. Having to slow your heart rate down after just making a double, and I really had to dial it in. Really liked my kick. I just didn't add enough, and yeah, the girls swept it great, but just short. And yeah, it definitely prepares for you for those big moments.
Anna threw her rock away in the 7th. Can we talk about strategy in this game a little bit? It is the age-old question. Do you want hammer coming home or not? What did you make of how this game played out at the end?
Yeah, basically how she was playing that end, I knew she was playing to give us one. I wanted to throw the guard because I didn't want to hit the back one and give her a chance to blank. So, yeah, I didn't mind her giving us one. I was open to that, and we don't mind being a one-up without and having blanks. So, or you can't. Sorry, you can't play extras. So, yeah, it's definitely a different format.
It is complicated, but we'll get through it together, and we'll see you on the weekend, Carrie. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, Devin.
Congratulations, Anna, an undefeated round robin for you. Let's talk about the strategy. To give up a steal in the 7th, to hammer in the 8th. You did win this thing, but this was an adventurous game. Take us through it.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have done that if we weren't 3-0 and we were okay with the shootout. We probably go harder for the blank or or even a 2 in the 7th there, but we were okay with the shootout, so we were a little bit conservative playing the 8th and the 2, and it worked out really well. She had a slash double in the last, and if she missed the stat, I have the whole rings for 2, and if she makes it, I have a practice round.
Well, you did have a practice draw. You really teed it up perfectly. So how nice is it? And it sounds to me like you played that scenario out, and it worked perfectly in our favor, and you delivered a perfect draw.
Yeah, no, it's nice when it comes together, and Agnes said that she liked the draw out of my hand, so I was like, okay, just keep quiet.
All right, Anna, we'll leave it there. Congratulations. We'll see you in the playoffs this weekend.
Thank you.
So, Anna Hasselborg and company are in. Team Einarson is in. And, well, a waiting game for Team Muskatewitz out of Germany. They picked up a crucial victory in their final game against Team Heroux. I had a chance to talk to the skipper, Mark Muskatewitz. Let's listen in. Mark, congratulations. A must-win game for you guys, and you did exactly that. Take us through it.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really, really good game, especially strategy-wise, because with the new rule we have here now, it's really hard if the opponent really wants to force you or make you blank.
You did need to win this game. What was the conversation like ahead of it, and did you guys feel confident going into this game against Heroux?
Yeah, I think from game to game we got better here at the slam. We knew that Heroux will play pretty defense, so we tried to get as many rocks as possible with hammer into the rings.
So now you wait. We don't know, as I speak to you right now, whether it's good enough for a direct playoff spot or a tiebreaker. How do you approach that, Mark, knowing it's out of your hands now and it's a waiting game?
Yeah, it's always the same. We gave everything this slam. One win more would be better than we exactly knew it. But now it says, waiting. Hopefully we get the direct in, but also tiebreaker would be really good.
And to that point, last question, if you do have to play a tiebreaker, how do you prepare knowing that if you want to get to the championship, you got to play 3 games on Saturday?
Yeah, we're pretty used to it if we play a Bonspiel, playing that many games a day. And we also had our first Grand Slam, like a tiebreaker game, so I think we were pretty used to it.
All that to say, you're up for the challenge should it come to that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thanks for this, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Muskatewitz is going to learn his fate here tonight. Maybe a tiebreaker, maybe a playoff spot. A lot of that will depend on all of these games on the sheet here tonight as you look at Dunstone and Guju getting ready to play here. Let's look at the updated standings on the men's side. Epping 4-0, Mowat undefeated, Dunstone undefeated, Adine is in, Yannick Schwaller is in. Everything else beneath that, undecided. John Morris, anything standing out to you there real quick?
No, just nice to see a couple Canadian teams atop the leaderboard there with Dunstone and Epping. They've had a heck of a season, and they're continuing it going here. And we got some pretty cool games going on here tonight, which I'm excited to look at.
Consequential games that could determine tiebreakers. We'd have to get up early tomorrow morning, but we don't mind. Put the coffee on. All right, let's look at the women's standings because we have 5 qualified teams on the women's side. Tirinzoni and Hasselborg undefeated. Constantini, Schwaller, they're through. Einarson at 7 points. I told you that draw to the button loss at single point, huge. And then a log jam underneath that. Look at home, and they have to win tonight against Yoshimura to guarantee a playoff spot. John, Rachel loves these moments.
Yeah, you got hard to bet against her tonight in her hometown, and as you said, she loves the big moments, and she's feeling it. I can't see her losing tonight. I'll go on a limb and say that.
Well, you were bold with your predictions last night, so you're keeping that going. Okay, Johnny Morris is going to come back in a second. We're going to hand the mic over to a special guest in a second as you watch Rachel Holman in the hack using this time right now, getting ready to take aim against Team Yoshimura here tonight. Well, like I said a second ago, we have a special guest on the pregame show, Bella Lang. We're calling her our junior GSOC correspondent. And Bella, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you, Devin.
Listen, you're coming for my job.
Oh, no.
You have done such a brilliant job.
Oh, thank you.
Over at the Beaumont Curling Club, you've been asking all the curlers a bunch of questions. I've been watching all of it. Like I said, you're doing a great job. How much fun are you having, and what are you learning when you do these interviews?
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. I'm having so much fun. I'm looking forward to it every day. I'm learning, you have to really pay attention and gotta plan out what you're gonna do every day, or you're gonna run out of time. And it's really fun to really work with all these young athletes and see, I'm excited to see hopefully them in, the Tier 1 soon, and it's just really exciting.
Yeah, let me tell you, it seems like all the curlers are getting ready for your questions over there. Everybody can check it out on our social media accounts, the Junior Grand Slam account. Bella's leading the charge over there. Bella, not only are you asking questions, you're also commentating alongside your dad. You just finished the game.
Yes.
Tell me about that experience.
Oh, well, it's so fun, especially with my dad. And I mean, I've watched curling forever, ever since I was born. And it's just so much fun. And I've always loved talking about curling. When we just watch it at home on the couch, I've always asked questions. So just to do it on the camera, and it's just really fun. And
What did Mom and Dad tell you about this world? Of course, Mom is commentating now. Dad curling all the time, commentating now. What did they tell you to prepare you for all of this?
well, they said it's definitely going to be busy. You're working all day. And I mean, they just said it's so much fun. They love the environment, they love the people, they love the community, and it's just going to be so much fun.
You are so confident.
Oh, thank you.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. You gotta pretend. Fake it till you make it.
I know that all too much. Listen, you said you've been watching curling since you were a kid, since you were a baby.
Yeah, I think my first curling event was 3 weeks old.
Wow. How cool is it to be the daughter of Jennifer Jones and Brent Lang?
I mean, it's so cool to know all about this, all of this about curling. It's just the coolest experience ever. It also comes with kind of weird things. Like sometimes we go in a curling club and you can't leave without talking to a bunch of people, and it's kind of fun.
What do your friends say about that when they find out your mom and dad are these superstar curlers?
Oh, well, they think it's so cool. They're like, really? Those are your parents? They've gone to the Olympics? And it's so cool. So.
All right. Hey, what are you going to be doing the rest of your time? I think you're going to continue to be busy here. Maybe more questions over at the Beaumont Curling Club. Tell me about what you got planned, Bella.
So I think I'm going to be going back to the Beaumont Curling Club, doing more interviews, interacting with all the young curlers. And I think I'm going to be commentating the U15 and U25 finals on Sunday. I think with my dad. I'm not really sure. Maybe a special guest. You never know.
Stay tuned.
Yep. And so I think that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the weekend.
Hey, let me ask you what it means to you to be talking to your peers, people your age, the Junior Grand Slam over there. What are you hearing from the curlers about this opportunity for them to be in this big moment?
Well, all of them have just said how thankful they are to be a part of it and how grateful they are and how exciting it is to play people international, like from Scotland, from the U.S. It's just such a different experience and such a cool experience to be a part of.
You are a superstar.
Thank you.
Bella, keep rocking it. You and I are going to be hosting this pregame show sooner than later.
Yep.
I'm so happy you were on it tonight.
Thank you so much.
We'll be watching your coverage the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, that's Bella Lang here on the pregame show inside the Silent Ice Center. Like I said, what a rock star. She's going to continue to tell stories. So too will we here inside this beautiful arena. Let's take a break, and on the other side, John Morris back on the show. We will set up tonight's final draw that will determine playoff and potential tiebreaker scenarios. We'll be back. Pride Night, Friday night at the Grand Slam of Curling here in Nisku, Alberta, as we settle in for the final draw of the qualification round. What a week it's been so far, John Morris, as we get ready for a consequential final draw. When we look behind us at every one of these sheets, there is a playoff scenario, a tiebreaker scenario that could play out. Let's start with Gushue versus Dunstone. Don't you think Dunstone would love to send a message here tonight? If he beats Gushue, he's out of the slam. And this might be the last time they play before they're going to meet at the Olympic trials in Halifax.
I was just going to say, this is probably their last battle before the trials, so you know that Dunstone's going to be wanting to bring the heat and send a message. It's in these sudden death situations, though, it's hard to count out Gushue. But from what I've been seeing this week, hard not to go with Dunstone.
You know, we were talking earlier today about the fact that Brad Gushue doesn't really panic. He doesn't need to. He's playing with house money at this point of his career, but you got to believe they want to get in an elimination game to get the juices flowing a little bit, Johnny.
Yeah, you always want to have a bit of momentum going to those trials, so I think they're going to be digging deep. I think that's going to go. I wouldn't be surprised if that game goes down to a shootout today.
All right, on the far side of the sheet, Team Laws versus Team Rana. Team Laws with 5 points because, of course, they have a shootout victory and a loss. They have to win here tonight against Team Rana. I've liked what I've seen from Team Laws and Marcel Rock coaching them.
Yeah, Marcel Rock is a bit of an X factor. You know, he became a great coach, coaching the Chinese for many years, and I think bringing him in for Team Laws is going to be a real game changer for them this season. So,
all right, well, Team Laws is looking to punch their ticket to the playoffs. If they win, they're in. It's that simple here tonight as we work our way across the sheet. Right beside, wedged in between Gushue and Dunstone and Laws and Rana is Team Holman and Yoshimura. Holman's got to win tonight. So I think that's a good situation. The crowd is settling in. It's going to be a great vibe inside this arena. And you know a lot of these people are cheering for Holman. And like you said, you just don't see her losing here tonight.
You know what? She's got some friends and family in the house. I'm sure there's nothing more than she wants to set this place ablaze tonight. And this is what they're made for, that Holman team.
Let's also talk about the fact I put this question to Rachel, but Johnny, she could win a 19th slam. She could surpass the great Kevin Martin, somebody you know well, won an Olympic gold medal with. She could pass him. Out of nowhere, it feels like.
Yeah, she just keeps on winning. So, you know what? I think when you're in those situations, you don't think about another slam and another slam. You just go with what's getting you there, which is, shot by shot, game by game, and then all of a sudden you're hoisting another trophy. And that's crazy, though. Get 19 and beat the old bear. That's to say something.
And it would be something if she did it here, right close to Kevin's home. He's on the broadcast. It could be special stuff here Sunday.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure she's got a few more years left in her career, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be going into the 20s.
All right, and the sheet closest to us as we take a look at the last stone draws. Those have been crucial as well. We've got them posted on the Grand Slam of Curling website. We'll have them updated immediately after the game, and those are going to really play a big part. Could eliminate a team here tonight, Johnny. But right behind us, Team Returnez versus Team Mowat. We haven't talked a lot about Team Mowat, the world beaters. 4 slam titles. No team has done that in a single season last year. And they're undefeated here, taking on Returnez. These are 2 teams we're going to see at the Olympics, Johnny.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about this matchup is when you're 3-0, Mowat being 3-0, they've already qualified.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to, bring it up a level and really increase that intensity to get that 4th W, because they don't really need that win tonight. And from looking at the Italians, I've been watching them practice here. They got that look in their eye.
Well, they have to win.
They're dialed in, and I got to say, I think it's going to be quite the match here on Sheet A.
Of course, Ryan Fry, the Canadian Olympic champion in 2014, coaching that team, has for the last 3 years, and he will lead them into a home Olympics in Cortina. Crazy to consider that Joel Returnez was there in 2006. A guy gets 2 home Olympics, Johnny.
That's a dream. And you know what? He only looks few years older than he did back there in 2006. So
I was going to say aging like a fine Italian wine.
must be all that great pasta, I guess, eh?
No kidding. This is going to be an exceptional night. Fans settling in the Silent Ice Center. You can watch every game on rockchannel.com, and of course Sportsnet has continuing coverage as well. Rob Faulds, Jennifer Jones, Mike Harris, Kevin Martin with the call. We're going to be guiding you throughout the entire weekend. Johnny, we turn the page to the playoffs tomorrow. Who do you like at this point of the competition to make it maybe to the Final Four and then playing here on Championship Sunday?
Well, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the Italian women. They've been really Constantine's bringing it. I think they're going to be making a deep run in this event. Obviously, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Dunstone. They've been feeling it for the most part of this season, and they're keeping it rolling. So I see them making a deep run here too.
All right, you see them there, return as, and you see Team Gushue. Listen, there was a Brad Jacobs spotting in this arena.
I saw him.
Did you?
I saw them. They're up having dinner in the lounge, getting ready for the Pan Continentals. Scouting some opponents, maybe.
Well, I was going to say, they opted out of this event because it's just too close. It's hard to get to where they're going to be playing at the Pan Continental. Hey, I don't know if you saw the news earlier this week. There's a lot that's happening. World Curling getting rid of the Pan Continental, Johnny, after this season. And what I said to Joanne Courtney is it never felt like that event really sort of transpired into what they hoped it was going to be.
Yeah, I really like what they're trying to do moving forward. No offense to World Curling Federation, but that event was always a little bit awkward. You know, it was good for the young teams and the teams that didn't have a lot of chance to play on arena ice. But it was just it just seemed like a real challenging event to really get a lot of momentum behind. And I think that they're making some really good changes with, I don't know the ins and outs of exactly what they're doing, but I think they have some qualifications and
well, there's going to be 18 teams at Worlds now.
Yeah.
2 pools of 9.
Kind of more like the mixed doubles we saw in the past, where they just have a bit more teams and get these countries some exposure, a bit, give them a bit more of a chance. And I really like the changes they've made moving forward. So.
All right, so it'll be Team Homan right there. You're looking at them. They're going directly from this event. They hope to be playing on Sunday and then catching a flight to Minnesota to wear the maple leaf. Once again, of course, Rachel was there last year, won it. She's basically won everything she's played in over the last couple of seasons. Unbelievable run for Team Homan, but their backs are against the wall here at the Silent Ice Center. They've got a win here tonight against Yoshimura to punch their ticket to the playoffs, and then watch out. The Homan Empire might strike here once again. Of course, as always, you can watch all of these games on rockchannel.com. Of course, Gushue, we got about a minute left, Johnny. One last thought. Many people saying this might be the last time we see Gushue playing in Alberta.
Yeah, and you know what? There's been a lot of Newfoundland flags here this week, which is great to see. Even though he's not on the Rock, he has lots of fans all over this country from what he's done for Canada over the years. And I think this is kind of a nice kind of swan song for him, and you can kind of see him. He's taken everything in now, which is kind of good to see from Brad.
He is indeed one of the greatest ever to play the game here at the Silent Ice Center as they blast AC/DC Thunderstruck over the Silent Ice Center speakers. We're set for the Co-op Tour Challenge. Final draw of the qualification round. Playoff spots on the line. Up next, first rocks in the final draw. Enjoy it, curling fans.